Dean, what are your thoughts on that and where you guys kind of fell short? I guess starting maybe with that first quarter and giving up a big total.
Yeah. Obviously our intent in this one was to, firstly play harder. And I thought the ball pressure that we had up the floor, Shea and Delhi, kind of leading that, and I thought, that even though it didn't get the results we wanted in the first quarter and they made 6 threes, the response in the second quarter that, hey, we wore them down a little bit with that, and so to close the second quarter with 6 stops and go into the half with a little bit of momentum from our defence was pleasing. Some areas we wanted to be better at. Rebounding, we'd been poor in our box outs, and this had been a team that, to test yourself, one of the better offensive rebound teams. We were better. Still gave up some ones and key moments that we want to be better at. And then there's still the same things that are hurting us right now, and that's, the consistency of trying to get a run going and either blowing a layup, missing a free throw, or missing a coverage right now. And so we're just still doing things to sabotage ourselves right now. And, we get the disciplines to do those things consistently. We saw improvements in the group tonight.
Did you feel like, at quarter time and even like halfway through the second quarter, that the defence was okay? They were just making tough shots, or were you? Yeah,
there's some. Obviously we were a little bit of a later closeout on Ruben. He makes his couple. Gax made 2 threes in his career. He knocks in 2 threes, and so there's some things that you tip your hat to them to say, hey, you guys beat our coverage with the things that we wanted to allow. There's some other ones on some. Some turnout plays, Crawford flying off and Steindl flying off and stuff that say, hey, we can be better on all those in guarding the 3-point line. We get our points in the paint back to where we want it to. We've been giving up a high percentage in the paint. We get that back to there and, share the basketball, just some of those little things that are stopping us from being really good right now.
And how do you think about, it's always tough when you're playing from behind for a whole game, so how do you think about, I guess, kind of a better start and not having to have these big runs just to stay in games?
Yeah, it's 16-19. We give up too many in the first 5 minutes, but I thought the back end of that quarter was, got away from us. I've got to look at my subbing patterns. I've been trying to have either one of Shea or Delhi on the floor the whole time, and there was a minute there that I didn't. I've got to keep looking at everything I did. I had 3 timeouts for the fourth quarter. So, a lot of those guys played heavy minutes, but some of them were tired in that fourth quarter, and there was maybe some tired mistakes as well. So I had to keep making sure I manage the intensity that we're playing at, and I hope that we can, get a little bit more from some others coming off the bench.
Do you feel like the disqualifying foul on Rob was a bit of a momentum changer in terms of you guys, make a bit of a run there in that fourth, and that kind of killed the momentum?
Yeah, I thought there was a bunch of little momentum changes in that fourth. I thought Shilly went to the rim and gets no called on a layup. We missed some bunnies around the rim, all night that, changes momentum. Rob's got to be better than that. He's got to be disciplined. We talked about, Drimic being an agitator, and we can't be the one to retaliate, and we did, and we got punished for it tonight.
Did you get explanations on why that was disqualifying, and also the Delhi foul that you challenged on Doyle?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't think I got a. I think they talked about there was contact on the leg, so on the challenge call, who does he kick the leg out or not? I just didn't think we did anything wrong up top, and so I thought that one was a tough one, and I would have challenged it again if I had the opportunity. What they told me about Rob is that he saw him, and so there was some intent in what he did. So I haven't reviewed it myself.
Chris, what's the mood amongst the group at the moment? fourth straight. You guys are playing some good basketball at times, but just not for complete games. But you've got a veteran group that knows how to kind of fight through adversity like this.
Yeah, it's. I think the overarching feeling is disappointment. As you say, we feel like we played 5 good minutes of basketball in the first half, and we're down 4 points to a really good team that shot the ball really well. We string together stretches of 2-3 minutes of good defense, and we just find ways to relieve pressure. So disappointment.
I know you probably don't want to be travelling on Christmas night, which I believe is the plan to get up to Cairns, but is it a good thing that you've got another game so close to this one?
Yeah. Anytime you lose a game, you want to be able to make up for it pretty quickly.
Dean, what do you feel as though there's a bit of a lack of assertiveness in your team at the moment? It just seems to, just you're not throwing down those dunks. You're not, just something is off at the moment.
Good question. I thought there was certainly an intent in the practice week about being aggressive against them. I think if you get passive against them in any way, it's a bit of a win for them. And so, I thought we attacked. We get our share of free throws tonight. Are we not finishing plays? Yeah, we're not. There's not finishing at a high enough level right now. And so, we'll continue to look at it. If we're getting great shots and stuff, it's just a focus on the concentration of finishing right now.
And how significant was the free throw percentage, 55%?
Yeah, I think it's 3 games in a row, and so that we've been about that number. So again, it's one of those ones to relieve pressure that Chris is talking about, right? You get to the foul line, and you should be locking in 2 and getting our disruption and doing some things up the floor. But we're not rewarding ourselves for getting to the line right now.
How did you view the disqualifying foul? Did you think it was fair, or?
I'm sure there was something Drimmick did beforehand or whatever happened. So, but again, we react and we know we can't do that.
In regards to attacking the rim and the bonus, and you mentioned that second half of the first quarter, Steindl, when he hurt his ankle, obviously wasn't quite right, he was hobbling, but did hide in the corner a little bit, as well as Doyle in foul trouble. Daly seemed to attack. How do you balance, still trying to get through your offense, but trying to attack perhaps a weakness defensively by the other team?
Yeah, good question. Certainly it was a message to continue to try and go at Doyle. We had a little foul trouble. He picked up the 3rd foul and they changed it back to someone else. Whether that was right or wrong, I can't. Obviously Scotty changed that one, so he must have saw it as right. I thought Daly and Shill both had pretty good production and pretty good decision making about really attacking people and putting their feet in the paint tonight.
And with Marcus, there was quite a few solid possessions with him isolated on, in the post. Was the mismatch, no magnate there, was that a point of emphasis?
Yeah, they take away one of the best rim protectors in the league. There's certainly, could we get some finishes at the rim tonight? And I thought we had the opportunities. I've looked back and we'll watch it, and I'm sure there's 7 or 8 that we say, hey, it's just so makeable right now. There's a hard show and a short roll and just a little flip to the rim, and even on we have 22-0 boards. I think there's another 5 or 6 of those to say, hey, really could have done a better job of rewarding ourselves for another one that we didn't finish. So, I thought that, we played the right way tonight, and it's just disappointing to, have 23 assists, share the basketball, dominate the rebounding, but they made shots. And then teams have come in here and done that. I'd probably talk about 3 games to say teams have shot it too well in our building from the 3. And there's some ones that we got wrong in coverage tonight, and I think 3 or 4 of them we got it wrong, so that's on us.
And just how would you speak to Jack's performance tonight?
Yeah, he's a little banged up right now, so I thought there was a super toughness with the way he went about it. He missed a couple of practices through the week and things, so I thought the way he stuck to it and just kept playing and just didn't quite have the bounce that he normally has. But he looked confident with his 3-ball, and there's some stuff still, the way he attacks the rim that he'll want to improve on as well.
Chris, how are you feeling post-game? You got the short turnaround to Boxing Day. Were you on a minutes restriction tonight?
Yeah.
Yes, he wasn't happy about it.
No, I understand it, so I feel fine.
So yeah, no stress for the next
No,
travel.
not at all.
Yeah.
No.
As a shooter, were you happy when the roof was closed?
Yeah, I didn't really care. I think there was talk of rain and wind, so it's probably going to affect the game. Although they shot it pretty well, so maybe we could have used it open.
Do you have that LeBron mindset, CG, when it comes to sort of that minutes restriction? You know, I feel great. Doesn't matter how old I am. Just let it go and a ball out.
Well, it's nothing to do with age. Coming back off an injury, you have to build back in. So it's frustrating, but I trust the people that are making the decisions.
Dean, what do you take from, obviously obliterating and smashing them on the glass tonight? And what learnings do you sort of take from that, not being able to get the result you wanted?
Yeah, I take that it's a positive that we've kind of harped on it for 3 weeks right now about our rebounding needs to be better, and it was, and anytime you beat someone by close to 20 on the boards, and you should win the basketball game. So we're just going to go look at it tomorrow and say what were the things that stopped them from winning this basketball game, and some of them will be similar, some will be some coverages that were a little bit different, and they obviously played dang at 5, the whole fourth quarter, I think, and I thought we did a better job than we did in the finals last year of dealing with that, and so yeah, there'll be a lot of positives tomorrow. But again, if we can't stop this giving them or relieving the pressure, if we can't stop that part, teams are going to feel that they're in the basketball game. We got to stretch out runs right now and find areas where we can have a 10-0 run and something like we did at the end of the second quarter.
On a positive note, can you talk us through the message at quarter time, and you guys really seemed to come out with a different kind of energy and hunger in that second quarter?
Yeah, I thought we just wore them down a little bit. I just thought the pressure that we did put on in the first quarter paid off, and that's hopefully the team that we want to be. That we want to continue to make tough shots, and they made them in the first quarter, and they didn't make them in the second quarter. So I'm not sure if our intent went up any more than it did in the first quarter. We just did a better job of putting them in areas. I think they made 2 threes in the second quarter or something like that rather than the 6. So yeah.
CG, you mentioned before having trouble sort of finding consistent basketball across a 4-quarter stretch, and there are honest conversations that need to happen within yourself and within the group to be able to string together more consistent minutes of basketball across a period of time.
We're talking about it. We show it. We talk about areas we can be better. We're not going out there trying to miss or trying to turn the ball over. So it's ongoing, fine line between really tough conversations and then not all doom and gloom. So we got the right guys for it. We've shown we can do it. We just need to get on a little bit of a roll and get this thing going again.
How will the upcoming road trip help that? I mean, speak to, I guess, the camaraderie that can be built over that time, and is it the case of a few card games and video games in the hotel that might help the guys and bring them together?
A lot of new dads, so there'll be a lot of sleeping going on. That might be a good thing. But we're guys that have been around are used to what comes in January. We go on the road, and we use it as an opportunity to get better as a group and really tick away tick off some away wins. So the mindset of that doesn't change starting right now. Thanks, guys.